Thank you, Mr. Chairman. I speak in favor of H.R. 3492, the Protect Children's Innocence Act. Mr. Chairman, today we are facing one of the greatest crises of our time, child abuse disguised as medical intervention. Children are being coerced by adults in positions of authority into life-altering gender transition procedures without a full understanding of the meaning or impact. Democrats have embraced an extreme position on gender and the biological differences between boys and girls and men and women. They are clearly more interested in promoting radical leftist policies than protecting children from harm. The radical left has deliberately distorted the public debate surrounding what they refer to as gender-affirming care, which is really nothing of the sort. Instead of accurately describing the procedures as harmful, life-altering, and barbaric, which they are, the left deceptively frames the procedures as being necessary to improve the health and well-being of children. By advocating for these procedures and this level of medical intervention, Democrats are indoctrinating children and encouraging them to make life-altering decisions about their body involving hormones and surgery, jeopardizing their health. Let's call this for what it is. So-called gender-affirming care is the genital mutilation and chemical castration of children. It is not life-saving care, it is child abuse. All evidence points to the fact that these barbaric procedures, including puberty blockers, hormones, and surgeries, are a form of genital mutilation. More and more individuals who were convinced to go down this road are now coming forward to share their horrific experiences of being used as experiments of the medical establishment. The majority of these brave individuals are girls and women. The first rule of medicine is do no harm, yet those in the medical community performing these grotesque procedures on children are committing serious harm. Thankfully, doctors across the United States and in other countries are also beginning to take a stand against those in the medical community who insist that these are, quote, life-saving procedures and should not be questioned. Thankfully, my friend and colleague, Representative Marjorie Taylor Greene, stepped up and introduced the Protect Children's Innocence Act. I thank Representative Greene for her important work on this legislation and for her tireless efforts to protect our children from this evil. The Protect Children's Innocence Act will hold those accountable who perform or attempt to perform genital mutilation or chemical castration on children. The bill expands covered offenses to include the bodily mutilation and the chemical castration of a minor. Victims are protected by ensuring that they cannot be arrested or prosecuted if one of these or other prohibited procedures are performed on them. This issue is really quite simple. Do not force children into making decisions they will not be able to reverse. Do not make these children lifelong patients dependent on the medical system. A civilized society protects its children first, and that is what this bill does. In short, do not abuse our nation's children. I urge my colleagues to support this legislation, and I yield back.